All right, happy Spiritual Sunday. Okay, so let's get started. We have a lot to cover, I think. So we're going to start with our, let me do this. Do our affirmation. This is going to be great. We'll say it together. Consciousness is everything. I raise my consciousness today to see the miracles and wonders of life. I commit myself to behave with greater love, compassion, and kindness towards all human beings. And especially now, because what I want to talk about, we're on the eve of the new moon. Tonight, actually, for those of you who are local, 6:30, we're having our new moon event, the new moon of Aquarius. And so for years and years and years, people have been talking about this idea of the Age of Aquarius and all kinds of stuff out there and what you think about it and what goes on. The Kabbalists say it started 400 or 500 years ago. The energy coming in from the cosmos, the ability of what Aquarius and the Age of Aquarius is supposed to be, the end of all pain, suffering, and death. If you think about it, Aquarius, freedom from chaos. Freedom doesn't mean to be able to do whatever I want, when I want, how I want, to whom I want, and make them do whatever I want. Freedom means I have no chaos. So when things are in disarray, how could I not have chaos? Right? Things are messed up. Look at the world today. So if you really hold the consciousness that we teach here in the center, you don't see chaos. You see order coming towards more and more, a greater sense of order, harmony and order. The chaos is turning into order faster, faster, and faster. But like we spoke about a few weeks ago, the power of the singularity. There is only the light of the Creator, and it's only moving in one direction, towards peace on earth. So the Age of Aquarius, about 500 years ago, gave us an energy from the cosmos, a push. And if you go back and you think in simple terms, 500 years ago-ish is when technology took a huge jump. The Renaissance, all this new technology, and if you're paying attention, it's speeding up more and more. I mean, for some people, you know me in technology, but anyway, there's some people that I know, they have to have the latest phone. So you walk into the store, you buy the latest phone. I see somebody here in the room. Right? You buy it, you go, wow, the latest phone. You walk out of the store, by the time you get it home, there's already a new model. Right? Now you don't have the latest phone. It's only been an hour later. Things like that. So you understand technology is moving faster. The point of the Kabbalah Center is to teach people how to not only keep up with it, but we're supposed to be leading the way, not just staying behind and following it. So freedom means when I see disarray, I learn to see through the disarray the solution. How do I bring the jumbled part, the mixed up part, how do I put it into order? You have puzzles like that take words and scramble it. So if you have a scrambled word, it's not really chaos. It's just a word, sunshine, with all the letters mixed up. Right? But it's still sunshine. If you know the word sunshine, then you can put it back together. If you don't know the word sunshine, like for me, and I've shared it a lot, the Rubik's Cube. For me, the Rubik's Cube is eternal hell. Oh, not for you guys. Okay. So for me, it's eternal hell. Once you mix it up, that's it. I could never put it back. I've even tried YouTube videos to learn how to do it. I still can't do it. So for me, it's eternal hell. For my kids, for some of you, okay, it's a few minutes play. It's exciting. So you see through the mixed up of the Rubik's Cube, you see the order. You can already see how to put it back together. I can't. So then for me, it's chaos. For you, it's not. So what's the reality? That's what you and I are learning, why we call this world the world of illusion. Doesn't mean if I pinch you or get pinched, I'm not going to scream. Doesn't mean that illusion in that way, but it means what will come from any situation in our life is completely in our hands. We decide whether a situation in life is going to push us down, backwards, fall into all kinds of despair, or if it's going to excite us and motivate us to go to our next level, to transcend, to overcome, and not give in to the illusion that parasite, that negative voice in our head is trying to push on us. So, Of course, as I'm walking in here today, I hear this voice telling me, look up the Rav, look up the Rav, look up the Rav. Okay, so I go into my library. The Rav is Rav Berg. my teacher, our teacher. So I pull up this book, Astrology. I feel like maybe there's a message about Aquarius that I want to share. So of course there is. So I just want to read the beginning of it because he talks about the age of Aquarius. Aquarians, because now, if you're not an Aquarius in this lifetime, it doesn't mean, one, that you're not influenced by the month that starts tonight, because the cosmic energy is flowing on all of us, like sun. When the sun comes out at night, you can't say, well, I'm not a Leo, so then the sun doesn't influence me. No, the sun is shining out there. It influences us for one way or another. So the constellation, the configuration of the energy forces we call stars and planets out there are putting energy in this world, and we can decide to try and ignore it, which usually is the worst thing. Because if you're ignoring it completely, that means the energy is pushing you around. You may not realize it, but that's what it's doing. Only if you understand the energy of what's coming in this month, or this month of Aquarius, or any month coming up, can you control it. Like I told you with the Rubik's Cube, I can't control a Rubik's Cube. It's controlling me because I don't understand how to operate it. My kids understand how to operate it, they're in control. You understand how to take control over the stars and the planets and all of the energies coming from outside of us, then you're in control. You don't know, then it's pushing you around. So astrology, Kabbalistically, is not fortune telling. What's going to happen to us next week or this month or whatever? No. We have the ability of changing it. And so here the Rav says like this, and this now we want to think about us because that's what I want to share with you this morning. Aquarians are idealists who strive to change the universe through original ideas. They are humanists who want to save the world, revolutionaries who dream of liberating the world, whether from totalitarianism or anarchy. They are rebels with many causes whose concern is with the well-being of humanity as a whole. Remember what we just affirmed? All human beings. However, though Aquarians seek justice, okay, wow, it's a good morning. Aquarians seek justice for everybody. The quest, like everything else they pursue, is at a general global level, not a personal one. Aquarians cannot focus on the particular, cannot structure their ideas, and therefore they cannot take action. They live in a world of thoughts, disconnected from the world of physical manifestation. They dream of vast open spaces. They support grand and noble causes, but often fail to help those who are suffering nearby. So with that in mind, again, we don't have to be stuck that way. What you and I want to understand, we're in the midst of this age of Aquarius. We're about to enter into the month of Aquarius. And how are we going to take both together? The vast ideas, the great ideas, the possibilities out there, but not just keep it as a intellectual study. How are we going to make it real? How are we going to make it come down and be practical for every person on earth? So start with a simple concept. Why do you want bliss? Why do you want freedom? Why do you want happiness? And don't tell me because I don't have it. You want to now start thinking Kabbalistically. If you never tasted steak, can you really have a desire for steak? No, but once you've had it, if you enjoy it, now if you don't have it, you can have a desire. So we learn from Kabbalah 1 forward, the Creator filled our soul with eternal bliss, the energy of the light, and gave us the desire for eternal bliss. Simple. So when you look at your life and you see, I'm not yet there, that's why we have an awakening for things that we lack. And this is where the idea in you and I, will personalize it to us, our Aquarian aspect, is we want back the freedom, the peace, the love, the joy, the unity that we experienced in the endless world and that we came here to make manifest. That's the issue. The only thing holds us back is this thing we call the opponent that makes us believe I have the power, I'm the smart one, or the opposite. I'm limited, I can't do it, I'm only one person, there's 8 billion people on the planet, I'm not whatever, a billionaire, political power, economic power, whatever. No such thing. Every human being has the power of the light of the Creator, and there's nothing more powerful. Nothing more powerful. The only thing is, we don't let ourselves express it. We don't let ourselves express it. So then, as the Rav said, what's the whole purpose or the power of Aquarius? Or our aspect of Aquarian? Thinking out of the box. Thinking about our dreams. I'm sure all of you have dreams. Is it funny? You know, kids who are unlimited until they become adulterated at 18 or 20 or 21, whatever, corrupted, until that point, they can imagine everything. They can fly, they can become supermen, superwomen, they can become anything they want. And then slowly, usually, unfortunately, with the influence even of parents, family members, no less school and the world around us, no, you can't do that, no, that's not real, don't believe that. I know kids who grew up seeing what most people considered invisible friends. You might call them angels. But then 18 years old or something like that, the parents say, oh no, stop imagining. There's no such thing as invisible friends. I had a talk once with somebody when we used to go knocking on doors. So I knock on this one door. I say, hi, my name is Chaim. I'm with the Kabbalah Center. You heard of Kabbalah? Guy says to me, no. I said, oh, it's a metaphysical teaching. He says, oh, I don't believe in metaphysics. I looked at him and I said, really, you don't? I said, do you believe in God? He said, oh, yeah, of course I believe in God. I said, well, God is not physical. God is metaphysical. He slammed the door in my face. That was it. We don't think. We don't think. All of us believe in invisible things. Do you not? Tell me, when's the last time you saw a gamma ray? When's the last time you saw, I forget now what they call them, the particles of an X-ray? How many times have you seen ultraviolet light? How many of you ever seen an atom with your naked eye? So we don't believe in them because we can't see them? No. The Rav used to say, people say seeing is believing. No, the Rav and Karen would always say, no, believing is seeing. When you believe in something, then you can see it. If you believe there's order in the cosmos, order in this world, there's only the force of the light, then you'll see order. If you don't see that, if that's not what you believe, then you're not going to see it. You believe chaos, you'll see chaos. You believe limitation, you'll see limitation. As we teach in Kabbalah 1, reality is not as it is. Reality is as we are. So whatever you believe, whatever your consciousness of the moment, that's what you'll see, that's what you'll experience. So then we want to go back to possibilities. Think of what your dreams are. Even the dreams when you were a kid. What were your dreams? Why can't you achieve those things? Different. If that was a dream and you've come to say, I don't want it, but truly don't want it, okay, I'm not here to force you into doing those things. But if you have a dream of something beyond what you're doing now, and it really is like a soul-felt dream, why not start pursuing it? Can't you do two things at once? You can still live your life, but also pursue your dream, no? So why aren't we? Because we let ourselves be limited. So start opening your minds. Why not? Maybe. Here's the only condition that I would put on it as a teacher in Kabbalah, in the Kabbalah Center. If a person has a dream for oneself alone, what I want to do, what will make me feel happy, what will give me satisfaction like that, okay, then don't pursue it, because it's the opposite of why we're here. We came here to take the light of the Creator that's inside of us, shine it out, as we say, love, kindness, and compassion for all human beings. So it's to shine it out there, not to keep it for ourselves. So if that's your idea, then go ahead. But dream big. There's a nice biblical story, and those of you who are new to the center, the Kabbalists teach the Bible, the 5 books of Moses, did happen. It is history. But that's not the most important thing for us. The most important thing is, what were they showing us as far as the technology of the universe? How does the cosmos work? Like, for me, the simple example is Thomas Edison. Did he exist? Yes. Do you really care? Some of you might. If there was a book that described in minute detail all the 10,000 experiments he did to create a light bulb, would you want to read all of that, or would you want to say, no, I just want to know he went in the lab, he tested various materials, and then he made a light bulb because I want the light bulb. I'm not so interested anymore in Thomas Edison per se. So it's not about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or even Moses. Or what we're about to talk about, Joseph the righteous. No, but they were teaching us by example, making it manifest what we can do the same in our level. So if you know in simple terms, I won't give you all the details, story of Joseph, one of the 12 sons of Jacob, who was given also the name Israel. He had a dream. He had a dream that his brothers and his parents, Jacob, right? Jacob the patriarch, they were going to bow down to him, meaning he was going to have control over them in one way. So the story goes on, all the bad stuff now happened to Joseph. But he held his dream. The dream was there because he knew it was real. He was connected to the light of the Creator. He was thrown in a pit, left to die. He's still thinking of the light of the Creator, and he knew singularity. This is also pushing him towards the manifestation of the dream. So then he wasn't in chaos. He saw the order, and therefore he was able to go through that. Then the whole story, thrown in jail, accused of things that he didn't do. And again, did he fall into despair? Oh my goodness, here it goes. I thought I had the dream. I thought God gave me the dream. No, he transcended. He didn't care. He saw the light. He acted the light. And that's why they say even in jail, he was like the warden of the jail. They gave him the keys to the jail. So was he in jail or he wasn't? You have sometimes the correctional officers in a prison who are more in prison than some of the prisoners who are put in the little cell. Because consciousness is everything. It's not about the exterior, it's about the interior. So we want to be like Joseph. We want to hold that consciousness, the big dreams. And he held it and he held it and he held it. To what end? The end of the story. What happened? His brothers and his parents basically came down, not physically per se bowed down, but he was in control. He became literally the ruler of the physical world. He became the supplier of sustenance to every person on earth. From a 17-year-old boy with a dream, and all of his brothers, against him, and this, that, and all the trouble that he went through, and that's what he became. So where are you limiting your dreams? How are you letting yourself not let those dreams come out? And here's the key. What makes the difference between you, me, and some of those people who have already achieved their dreams? Even the selfish ones. Even to achieve selfish dreams, you have to have this next point. Desire. Desire. No desire, no fulfillment. Where's your desire? That's the only thing the Creator gave us. Created us. Every human being's inherent essence is desire for fulfillment. We call it a vessel, like a container. And in the endless world before the Big Bang, our soul, the vessel, the desire for absolute eternal bliss, was filled with the light of the Creator. That's the power that can allow us to manifest eternal bliss, to have peace and love and joy, protection, prosperity, all the good things, because they come from the light of the Creator, because as we've said just briefly today and a couple weeks ago, singularity. There is only the light of the Creator. There's no force of darkness. Even scientifically, darkness is an illusion. Tell me, how is darkness defined? Light, we can tell you, electromagnetic energy, blah, 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 like that. What's darkness? Absence of light. Hello, if darkness was a force of itself, there should be a force described. No, it's just, I don't see the light, so then we'll call it darkness. I don't see order, we'll call it chaos. I don't see the reason, so we'll call it randomness. Does that make it real? No, only for the person. You hold the thought of randomness, that's what you'll see. So why get out of bed? If you believe the world is random, why get out of bed? Because nothing you're going to do is really going to have control over your life. But if you look, 99.99% of the people on earth don't believe it's random, because they get up to do something to make their life better. Even people in the worst situation, they'll get out and they'll beg for help, beg for money, beg for food, something. They're trying to improve their life. But if there's no cause and effect, if there's randomness, why bother? Why bother? So we don't believe in randomness. We don't believe in chaos. But we allow ourselves momentarily in the midst of an uncomfortable situation. Oh, it's chaotic, it's random. Had a discussion yesterday. Tell me, what's the first thing two people do when they get out of their car because the cars met fender to fender in the middle of an intersection? Do they get out and say, oh, I am so sorry. The random universe, what could I do? Is that what they say? Or the first thing they want to establish is whose fault is it? But can't be fault unless there's cause and effect. So you can't say it was an accident and then look for blaming because there's a cause and effect. It's either an accident, random, or it's cause and effect. One or the other. One or the other. Desire. Where is your desire? That's our question. In this world, the only free choice we have is desire the light or desire the illusion. That's it. Only two choices. Desire the light, true lasting fulfillment, or desire the illusion. Give me something in the physical material world that I'll be happy for a week, a day, 6 years, 10 years, and then I'm looking for something else. That's it. So the Kabbalists don't teach. Lessen your desire. Reduce your desire. And I'll just throw it out there in case somebody here or somebody out there, and we're working on a program, a formal program of recovery, they call it. But the Kabbalists don't teach addicts to reduce their desire. Yes, we want them to stop the drugs, the alcohol, and whatever that is, right? We want them to stop all the negative stuff. But we don't want them to reduce the desire, because desire is the only force we have to achieve. An addict who's addicted to a substance, what stops them from seeking out and doing anything they can do to get that substance? Nothing. They'll try and overcome every obstacle because they are so craving that substance that nothing will stop them. So what you and I want to do with our desires, instead of reducing it, just refocus it. The focus of the desire should be the light of the Creator, because it's the only source of lasting fulfillment. So if we have that kind of craving, if we are addicted to the light of the Creator, what's going to stop us from sharing our light? What's going to stop us, as we keep saying, greater love, kindness, and compassion for all human beings? Nothing. They scream and yell at me, I'm still going to shine the light of compassion, tolerance, and forgiveness. Doesn't mean I have to hang out with them, but I must shine the light on them because I want the light. I'm greedy for the light. I learned that from my teachers. My teacher, the Reverend Karen, used to say, I am the most greedy person on earth. I want all the light for me. But the only way I can have all my light is if I share my light 24/7 with everybody on earth. So then who wins? Everybody. But if a person's greedy for anything in the physical material world, then it's, I'm going to get it from you and you can't have it. Some form of that. I'll take and you don't. Win, lose. Unfortunately, they don't realize the truth is it's lose-lose. It may look like win-lose for a few minutes, and then it falls apart, but it's either lose-lose or win-win. So we want to start turning it around. So let me offer you this. So let's say you're thinking, I want to succeed in life. Nobody interested in succeeding in life? Okay. If you want to succeed in life, then where do you turn your desire? Then you have to value success in your mind. The value of success has to be more powerful than the value in your mind of the temporary comfort of procrastination or excuses. You can try and tell me, yeah, but Chaim, you don't know this situation, that situation, blah, 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 blah. It's all BS. You either desire success and you're going to move yourself towards it. Doesn't mean it's going to show up in a minute, but at least you're constantly progressing towards it. What's seeking comfort or procrastination? You know, tomorrow, which means what? This is the part we don't realize. Like last week we talked about the law of repulsion. Who out there is talking about the law of repulsion? Oh, the law of attraction, the law of attraction. Same thing, just in its opposite form, a corollary, as we spoke about last week. So who thinks of the desire for the comfort? You can't say, well, I want success, but whatever. No, then what you're really saying is I have more desire to sit on the couch than I have to get up and do. At least name it correctly. So then if you wake up and say, really? Desire to sit on the couch? I don't want to sit on the couch. At least there'll be motivation to get up and go do something. But if you're allowing the excuses in your head, then you do have the desire to sit on the couch, but you're not going to be conscious of it, So you'll just let yourself sit there. If you have desire, and because of the discussion I had yesterday, I use sugar, but whatever it is you don't want to eat, you know the thing that you eat that you shouldn't eat? Nobody has that? Okay, so if you have a desire to stop eating sugar, or whatever that is, then again, in your mind, you've got to decide that the value of your health, vitality, feeling good is more valuable than the taste of that sugar or whatever that food is. That's it. But don't just say, and I have to be honest, I'm guilty of this myself. Oh, but it's Sunday, right? Like the laws of the universe change when it's Sunday. No, so I tell me, okay, so it's Sunday, so I eat every once in a while something that I know is probably not the best for me. And then I also have the second justification. Well, it's not real sugar, right? It's stevia. So it's at least healthy sugar, right? So it's not quite as bad, but it's somewhere in the middle. But it's still not having it. And remember, the value is what you think, not what anybody else thinks. So here's one. You want happiness? You could say all day, I want happiness, want happiness, want happiness, want happiness. Well, then you have to value joy, making others happy, being cordial, being jovial, more than sadness, anger, or fear. But we can justify those things. We have that help with a voice in our head. I have a reason to be angry. I have a reason to be sad. I have a reason to be fearful. Now, obviously, I'm not telling you, find a fourth floor balcony and have no fear and just step off. I mean, that's stupidity. And stupidity is not allowed in Kabbalah. Okay, you can. What can I say? People can act stupid, but you get the idea. But if you want happiness, you have to be happy. If you want love, what's stopping you from having love? Resentment, anger, blame, discomfort, or doubt. You have no idea. I've been doing this 35 years. You have no idea how many people come and sit in a meeting. They say, yeah, the last 12 relationships they had were terrible. All men are terrible. All women are terrible. Or there's no good men, no good women out there. I said, really? You've had 12, let's even say 200 relationships. Does that mean out of 4 billion men or women, they're all going to be like the 20, the 200, the 50, whatever it was? Hello? You only need one. But that's how we will exaggerate with the help of that parasite, that voice in our head. Oh, no, not worth it. Not going to happen. Hopeless. Look at the world. The age of Aquarius, like I read to you the Rav. The Rav says, okay, Aquarians will think, and we're all thinking, peace on earth. And look at the chaos going on. Why is there chaos? Because we're seeing chaos. We're allowing chaos to exist. What are we doing person to person, day by day, to take away the chaos? That's what you and I are learning. That's what the Rav say. Oh yeah, grandiose ideas, they just don't know how to do it. Most people here, some of you remember or Google it, hippies. Flower power, right? Love, not war. Great ideas. But you know what the Zohar says? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Why? Shouldn't have good intentions? Yes. But if you don't know how to make them manifest, that's hell. Like your dreams. Some of you must have a dream that's been weighing on your mind. It's always been there, and you're just frustrated. You're just bothered. You're feeling a sense of lack because you either think the dream can't happen or you've done nothing about it. So if you didn't have the dream, you wouldn't have the sense of lack or frustration. But having the dream and not fulfilling it, frustrating. So having the good intent and not being able to achieve it, that's the road to hell. So you and I are learning here in the center how to make things happen, not how to wait for them. The Kabbalah center, I've heard 35 years from my teachers, the center's not waiting for the final redemption. The center's not waiting for the Messiah to show up. We're out there taking action to make it happen. It's not going to drop out of heaven without us. If that were the case, why is it taking so long? If the final redemption could show up without our help, if the Messiah, whatever that means to you, could show up without our help, why isn't it here? Kabbalistically, we're 5,783 years since Adam and Eve, you and me, did that foolish thing in the Garden of Eden to get thrown out. So how come the Messiah, final redemption, all of that hasn't happened? Because we learn here, it's up to us. We are the center of our universe. We are the creators of our world. And each of us have our own world. So you look out at the world, you see your own world. I see mine, you see yours. But you can only see yours through your eyes. I can only see mine through my eyes. What's inside of us is what we see out there. If I have no fear, and I'm not saying I don't, but if I had no fear whatsoever, I could look at the world and have no fear looking at anything going on. If you have fear, you'll look out in the world, you'll find things to be fearful about, because we can only see from our own eyes. And this is why I want to remind you right now, whatever you consider the creator only has the eyes of perfection. So metaphorically, there is no physical creator. It's obviously beyond physicality, because physicality is limited. When the creator metaphysically or metaphorically looks down on this world, only sees our pure soul, sees pure beings, and sees the world at peace. Because that's all the creator is, peace and eternal bliss. So when the opponent, that challenger, that parasite in our head said, wait for God or beg God to bring peace and this, foolish. It'll never work. It'll never work. It's not up to the creator to create peace. It's up to us. That's why we're here. Free will. Free will means we decide peace, harmony, order, or heaven forbid, chaos, discord, negativity. It's in our hands. So we're teaching you. We're moving the world forward as best we can. Teach people how to take control. Like we said in the very beginning, astrology. Okay, there's influence coming in. You decide. The sun is bright. You want to get a suntan? Great, sit out there. If you want to get whatever, some of the detrimental things, sit out there for hours and hours, days and days. Who decides? The sun? No, you and I, how we interacted with the sun determines it. So how we interact with the cosmos, with the people and the situations around us, that's what will determine what our life is about. So it's time to start letting our dreams come out, open up our mind, and start pursuing it. But remember, it's got to be for the sake of the good of others. Like Aquarian, the final age that we're in. Peace for the world, not peace for me. No such thing. If there's no peace in the world, we ultimately cannot have individual peace. Temporarily, yes. Forever, no. So one of the great Kabbalists who described this time, basically, Rav Avram Azulai, he wrote that from the year 1540, so you're talking hundreds of years ago, he said from 1540 forward, the Zohar, which you know week to week we talk about it, the most powerful energy source in this universe or channel of energy, the Zohar needs to be spread out there. He called it like in the marketplace, like in the shuk, like in the farmer's market type thing. Meaning for everybody. Because people, even today, unfortunately, are still saying, oh no, if you're not wise and smart and this, that, and the other thing, you can't have a Zohar. No. He said the Zohar is for every human being on earth. Why? Because it touches the heart and soul of every person. That's it. So he also then said, you will know that the final redemption, the end of all pain, suffering, and death is coming, is close, when you'll see miracles every day. Miracles will be common instead of the exception. So you and I, well, not you and I, because we're learning here in the center, but a lot of people out there, they don't see miracle. Oh, every once in a while, somebody in fourth degree, or what do they have, fourth stage cancer and suddenly had remission. Oh, miracle, but it's the exception. No, let me ask you, if you took this thing called a cell phone, if you took it out 400 years ago and showed somebody, what would they consider it? After they burned you at the stake for magic and witchcraft and stuff like that. But you understand? It's a miracle. Even in our generation, I grew up, we didn't have cell phones. The closest thing we had after, a little later was car phones. Ooh, Frank Sinatra with a car phone. Wow, that was big stuff, right? Now, everybody on earth, even in the ghettos around the world, they got a cell phone. And you don't think it's miraculous that you can take this thing that's not connected with any wires and you can talk to people all over the world? Hello, that's not miraculous? Computers, all these different things we have, those are miracles. But unfortunately, we don't perceive them as miracles, so we're still looking for the miracle. I want that relationship. I want that health. I want that job. I want that money. I want those things. I want that car. Those aren't the miracles. The miracles are the transformation that we go through. When we can act with peace, harmony, love, and kindness in the face of resentment, hurt, anger, jealousy, fear, greed, that's a miracle. That's a miracle, and that's what the universe will bring us back. So we got to realize we're in this time. We're not far. In fact, as much as people may think that with all the chaos out there, we got to be far from peace on earth, actually the Kabbalists teach us from the Zohar 2,000 years ago in its written form, it said, no, there's so much chaos out there is a sign we are like at few feet from the finish line. Few feet from the finish line, not far away. The more chaos, it says very simple, the end of pain, suffering, and death is almost there when there's no gray area anymore. It's either very intensively on the light or very intensively in the darkness, which we see. Whatever form you want to look at, there's no gray. There's really no communication. It's my way or the highway. And the other side, their way or the highway. Very little, if any, real compromise, kind of working together in that way on a globe. No. And that's how we know we're very close. So then it's up to us to speed up the process. The symbol of Aquarius, if you know a little astrology, the water bearer. Okay, so the water bearer, what does that have to do with Aquarius? Okay, the water, aqua. No, the key Kabbalistically is the bucket. The bucket that holds the water. Because what does the bucket represent Kabbalistically? The vessel, the desire to receive. The water represents the light, but you can't pour out water unless you have some form of a vessel, a hose, something, pipe, a cup. So for you and I, again, it goes back to the desire. The power of this month, the power of the Age of Aquarius is for us to strengthen our desire for the light. That's all the reason that we're here in the Kabbalah Center. What does Kabbalah mean? To receive. And yet we keep talking about it's only about sharing. So what's the point? Strengthen our desire to receive the light instead of the physical material. That's the Age of Aquarius. The more we strengthen our desire for the light, the more we're going to act like the light. Now, just as we're closing up here, the biblical story that we're reading now at this time of year is the Exodus from Egypt. So most people, you read the Bible, if you only take it literally, okay, Moses came along, said, look, I'm going to free you. God said, free you from this. They said, oh, we don't believe this and that. You read the story, it's, as the Zohar says, a person only believes the literal is an idiot. Idiot. Because there's a deeper part to it. So the backstory goes, the Kabbalistic explanation, some of us today, you hear the saying, act as if it is and it will be. Act as if it is, or, you have people sort of visualizing this, okay, I visualize what I want and then I'm going to get it. Okay, the concept is true. Whether it will really bring true lasting happiness or not depends on what the vision is. Like we mentioned this today, if it's only for me, myself, and I can get it, but it's not going to last. And ultimately just adds to the chaos, spiritual debt. So it says that Moses taught the Israelites of the time they had to do actions while they were in Egypt, before the Exodus, before the 10 plagues and being thrown out of Egypt. They had to do actions of unity, peace, and love, because that was the only way that those plagues would be able to manifest enough energy to, if you will, break the hold, the spiritual hold that Egypt represents, that we could be free from that bondage. So they had to act as if already. So here we are, now it's 3,300 years later from that time. We need to start acting as if we are already in unity. We have to start doing already the actions that will bring peace and unity. because there's no way for there to be peace on earth like some people, unfortunately, have thought over the generations. How do you bring peace? Well, you force everybody to be the same. Same religion, same background, same culture, same something. No, look at the universe. The physical universe is not the same. You and I are not the same. People not the same. Plants are not the same. So variety. The key is bringing everyone together, working for the same goal in the same way. So I believe, and obviously in 35 years I've seen plenty of things, I believe what Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said in the Zohar, that Moses came and told him the only way to see peace on earth with mercy is the book of the Zohar. Because the book of the Zohar shines the light of the endless world. With all respect, the 5 books of Moses doesn't, the Christian Bible, the Buddhist Bible, the Hindu Bible, the Muslim Bibles, they're holy books, but they don't source themselves in the endless world. They're sourced in this world. The Zohar comes out of the endless world. One, that's why it can shine the endless light, which is the only thing will take away darkness, pain, suffering, and death endlessly. And it just reaches to the one common factor of every person on earth. There's only one common factor to us all. Look around the room. We're different people, colors, religions, backgrounds, languages, abilities, talents. So what's the one common factor? The light of God inside our soul. The peace of God that's inside of us. The part that they say, the image and likeness of God. That's common. It operates in the same for everybody. You want to talk religion, so there's different religions. You can't make everybody look at the same, be the same religion. And therefore you cannot unify people over religion. Politics, everybody's got their own political view. Can't unify people over that either. The only thing that will unify people is the light in the soul. And this is why the center is dedicated to spread the Zohar around the world, because it will attach to the soul of every person and draw them back together in one harmonious unity. It's just that simple. So, and I could sit here, oh, we don't have time. I mean, some of you heard some of the stories, but I could tell you after 35 years, miracles, most personally with my father, recently with my brother this last summer, a miracle, just the book, just having the book around, because it shines light. It's that simple. Radiates energy. I've seen people saved in earthquakes, people saved in hurricanes, people saved from illness, and then all the rest. People's business change, relationships change, anything you name, because the light of the Creator can heal everything. Nothing else can. So, then today, the key is to start desiring the light so much that you'll use these tools. Scan your Zohar, 72 names, which we're not going to do 72 names, but we're going to do the letters of the month, right? Like the meditations we do. But use the tools to empower your soul. That the soul will have more power than the body. And as you do greater actions from the soul, kindness, compassion, humility, gratitude, charity, forgiveness, that you'll let your light shine so powerfully, so brightly, that the people out there who are doing the negative things, the light will be so bright in their eyes that they'll be drawn to that light. And as they're drawn to the light, they will also be compelled to do the actions of greater love, kindness, and compassion, which is what? At its essence, every human being will be acting with love, your neighbor as yourself, and that is what heaven on earth, peace on earth is made of. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I just wanted to, someone gave me this suggestion because for those of you here familiar, this is the time we bless our offering, because we can't I mean, the center can't physically exist, obviously, without donations, without charity, but the bigger point is, like we said, spreading the Zohar. So I just wanted to remind you, someone suggested, because I don't think we usually just say, yeah, get a Zohar. But also, if you'd like to sponsor Zohar, the Zohar project is is probably the most important project we've got. So basically, for every $10 you donate, we can give one of these pocket Zohars away to the police officers, the firefighters, to hospital workers, to patients in the hospital, things like that. That will go there. For every $100 you donate, it's one person who can have a scholarship online to Kabbalah 1 and change their life. People around the world are in tight situations, but they have desire, they want to learn. And their friends or people around have told them Kabbalah will change their life. And they're seeing in their friends. So whatever you can give, do what you can do. Do what your heart, as you open it up, do what your heart tells you to do. And sometimes it is uncomfortable because it's coming from the soul, and the soul wants us out of this bondage, out of this prison of death, pain, suffering, and chaos. So let's just take a moment. Just hold your offering. Those who are online, let me put it again. I put the link where you can give, and thank you. Also share the videos. We have a YouTube channel, Spiritual Sunday. We also have this Facebook page, so you can go back and watch it again and share it with your friends. So just hold your offering in your hand and just inject gratitude. The money is a vessel. What you put in it is what it will pour out and what it will then bring back to you. So inject it with gratitude, with appreciation for all that the Creator's given you, talents, abilities, all the resources to be able to do what you do, have what you have, be who you are. And especially that you're connected here to have the great blessing and merit to learn this true foundational technology of the soul, to be able to not only change your life, but truly in a lasting, permanent way, the lives of all 8 billion parts of your soul that exist out there in the 8 billion bodies on the planet. And so inject your love and your blessing that through the projects of the center, this will reach the heart and soul of every person on earth, speed up their process to feel the power of the light and to shift their desire from illusion to reality, from darkness to light, from chaos to order. And knowing the more people you touch, the more comes back to you. And together we say, Amen. So I'd like to do, for those of you here in the room, you see the 2 letters here. For those of you online, since it is the eve of the new moon, these are the letters of the month. And for those of you who are brand new, right, the Hebrew letters, the Aramaic letters, which they're both same thing, they are just channels and particles of the light of the Creator. They're a portal to the upper world, and so they shine with literally endless light. So these 2, like you see, the tzaddik, yeah, you got it there, the letter in the room here on the right, tzaddik is the energy force that created the constellation of Aquarius. The letter bet on the left is the energy force that maintains and created the planet Saturn. So we want to take control over the energy by controlling the tzaddik and the bet. So just let those shapes be recorded in your mind's eye. And then if I can ask you to sit comfortably in your seat, feet flat on the floor, hands on your lap. Just take a few deep breaths, breathing in the breath of life. Because the air is a pure manifestation of the light of the Creator. That's how it brings us life and existence. Allow yourself to relax. Just let yourself sink into the seat. Relax your body. Focus your mind on the light. Becoming more and more conscious and aware of the embrace of the light. That it fills you, surrounds you, fills the universe. And now let's envision the two letters, the tzadi and the bet. See them just above your head. See them glowing with the light of the Creator, pure, endless light. Focus and strengthen your desire to use the energy of Aquarius to manifest your true dreams, the dream of your soul, to live in eternal bliss, heaven on earth, peace and unity among all people. And let those energy forces enter through the top of your head, shining light throughout your being, from head to toe, intensifying your auric energy, the light that shines beyond your physical body. And let the tzaddik and the bet settle in your heart. Allow this energy of transcendence, out of the box thinking, dreaming, the true reality beyond our five senses. Let it open your heart. Break free from all of the blockages, anything that's allowed you to close your heart, hide your heart, imprison your heart. The tzaddik in the bet. Letting out the unconditional love, the true concept of love your neighbor as yourself. Because as we open our heart, we have greater and greater certainty, awareness, clarity that everyone out there is truly a part of ourselves, that there is only one soul on earth. And so we want to let now this beam of the light of the Creator, the unconditional love that the Creator shines on us, we now are allowing ourselves to be a stronger channel, a conduit to let that energy flow through us as we send it out to the heart and soul of every person on earth. And see in your mind's eye the activation of the tzadi and the bet in every person, allowing them to recall their dreams of a life of peace and happiness, love and unity. And let's see them all together with a greater belief, a greater knowingness that they are capable to make it true in their lives, to manifest a fulfilled, happy, joyous life and a world of peace. Allowing ourselves and activating in everybody in the world to see, to let their eyes be the eyes of the Creator that sees oneness, the perfection inside every person. And let our hearts be the hearts of the Creator that loves everyone unconditionally. And through that love, bringing out the truth, the light that's in each soul, each person. To manifest their pure and perfect light beingness. Take note of that which you're feeling now, a greater sense of peace, serenity, joy at the vision of peace on earth. Let that be recorded and stay in your heart and be in the forefront of your mind so that as you travel this world, your singular focus will be to shine the light through every situation, transcending every challenge, obstacle, difficulty with the light of the Creator as it shines out of you and removes all the darkness, all the discord. Together we'll take one deep breath to lock this in, heart, soul, and mind, and slowly exhale and open your eyes. Thank you for joining us. Those of you online, thank you for being with us. So nice to see you. I know I've been doing this for years, but to really see people from all over the world, Cape Town, South Africa. Whew. Yeah, okay. Makes me happy. Okay. And I feel blessed that you're here watching us. God bless. Have a great week. God bless.
Thank you for joining us. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to this channel that you'll be notified when we post new videos. Share the video with your friends, they can also benefit. And check out the website, www.kabbalah.com, that's Kabbalah, for hundreds of articles and classes. Wish you an amazing day, and God bless.